How we doing today? Fearless Agent Nation coming at you live in the Fearless Agent Facebook group. We'll see how many of you pop on today because I'm about to drop some gems on you. The go-to script that I love to use when calling back a leads in, and I think it's important I define for you what is a leads in. So a leads in is, in my definition, is someone that has inquired to me about some real estate or about their home value or something along the lines of buying or selling real estate, okay? So I look at it as really two types of leads in that, I guess kind of a third one, but really two in general, either a buyer or a seller, right? They're either gonna call in on a sign call, which is going to be a buyer leads in, or they're gonna stem from an internet lead. Those are really the only two sources that I see anymore with leads in. I doubt that you're getting leads off of a brochure that you're leaving, right? Because who does brochures anymore? It's a waste of time and energy and money. So let's get into it. Let's pretend that the lead is an internet lead. They went to your website, they checked out some houses, they put in their information, and it sends you an email, say, hey, this guy's looking at houses, right? That's the type of leads in that we get for buyers online, okay? So one of the things that we do is we have a whole section, right, that we call leads in on our list on Mojo, and we have a couple ways to stay in touch with these leads. Number one is to call them immediately and add them to what I call the 10 days of pain action plan. That's where we're just gonna bombard them for 10 days, okay? And but what I do is when I call them is they answer the phone, and I will just get into it. So ring, ring, and hello? Hi, I'm looking for John Smith. Hey, this is him. Hey, John, this is Colton Lindsay with the WGR Real Estate Sales Team. How you doing today? Oh, we're doing great. Okay, awesome. My records indicate, I was just calling because my records indicate, right, does it sound familiar? My records indicate you might be thinking of buying a house. Is that true? Well, we were kind of thinking about it, but we weren't quite sure. Okay, all right, well, how soon would something like that happen that you might consider to make a move? Well, we might think a move in the next 60 days or so. Oh, okay, wow, that's soon, 60 days, awesome. Well, let me ask you, if you knew 100% for certain that by doing business with me, two things would happen. One is you would definitely find the right house, and number two is you'd save significantly more money than you could save any other way out there possible. Would you even want to hear more about it and be honest with me? Yeah, you would? Okay, awesome. So why don't I do this? I don't mind. Do normally early afternoons or typically later afternoons work better for you? Later afternoons? Okay, so why don't you do this? Why don't you come in by my office for 20 or 30 minutes? I'll set you down and put you on a step-by-step process. That way you get the right house and you literally will keep yourself from spending too much money. Fair enough? Okay, so would today at 5 work or is tomorrow at 5 better for you? Tomorrow at 5? Awesome, cool. We'll plan on tomorrow at 5. By the way, what's your email address, and I'll send you confirmation and information to get to my office. Blah, 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 exchange that. Hey, by the way, who have you already met with as a lender? You haven't? Okay, so what the next step is, I'm gonna have my preferred lender call you and just review 15 or 20 minutes to make sure that you're set up for the absolute best loan product possible. That's the key step that we gotta look at to save you money. Is that okay? Awesome. Cool. Well, John, we appreciate you. We'll plan on seeing you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Fair enough? Boom. So that's step one. The other step of that, hey, Savannah, thanks. I'm glad that I was able to read your mind, and, well, here's this video to help you out. The other option is as we do home value leads, right? So someone goes to our website, and they click in their information to find out what their home is worth. You guys probably have seen similar things, similar tools like that. So what happens is we call that same very similar, except for we say, hey, I was just calling because my records indicate you might be thinking of selling your house. And these are the easiest leads out there. If you have home value leads, you can actually probably generate this link absolutely free on your website. We actually have one that's hosted and one that's free. So you guys could get a free tool, and we promote it on our Facebook. So you can generate these leads absolutely free of cost, doesn't cost you anything, but they're so cool as we build up this list. We use the same 10 days of pain action plan because what we found the challenges with any incoming lead isn't setting the appointment, it's getting them on the phone to be able to determine if it's a real lead or a fake lead. And with the home values is once we get them on the phone, it's quick to determine if they're a real seller or if they're just a looker. right? So the way I ask that question is, hi, this is Colton and Lindsay with the WGR sales team. How you doing today? And they always say great. So I notice if I upswing that energy, it gets a really positive call right from the beginning with these types of incoming leads. And I just say, hey, listen, my records indicate you might be thinking of selling your house. Is that true? And this question works amazing on home value type leads because it quickly determines, it says yes, like if they are thinking of it, if they're checking their home value out because they're thinking of moving, their natural response is, yeah, we actually are. We're moving to blah, blah, blah. I have never had a person that wasn't thinking of selling tell me something different, right? However, at the same time, it weeds out quickly when they say, oh, no, you know what? We were just kind of looking up our home value because we're considering to refinance, right? Or, you know, I hear this one, you know, I'm a tenant and I'm thinking of buying this house, right? So you can kind of flip it and try and pick them up as a buyer. But very quickly, you can then identify, they say, yes, we're thinking of selling our house. Say, awesome, so where would you move to next if you sold it? Well, we'd move to blah, blah, blah for blah, blah, blah. Okay, awesome, so you move to blah, blah, blah for blah, blah, blah. I totally get it. Well, let me ask you something then, and then you head into the magic question, right? The magic question works for everything. If you knew 100% for certain that by doing business with me, two things would happen, Mr. Seller, right? Obviously, first off, you just sell your house. The other is you'd end up with significantly more money, bottom line, than you can get any other way. That's with or without an agent. I know that sounds like a big promise, but if you knew that were true, would you want to hear more about it? And be honest with me. When you use that phrase, it works already awesome with FSBOs. It works like 10 times better with a incoming lead that's thinking of selling their house, right? And what happens is they naturally move in to say yes. You schedule an appointment, easy peasy. And what's cool is typically they either say I'm interviewing other agents and they don't, or they just interview you and they don't schedule with anyone else. So there's very low competition on these incoming leads usually that are generated through your efforts for marketing, right? So hopefully you guys can see, you know, how easy it is to call leads in. And there's just two really important things when you're calling our leads in. Number one is be aggressive that first 10 days. And I'm talking call them 1 or 2 times a day, send them a text message. I email them every single day as part of my 10 days of pain action plan. And what happens is I get them on the phone and it's so quick and easy to determine if they are a real seller or if they're a fake seller. And one of the other answers I often hear is, well, we're thinking about it, but summertime, right? So now what happens is this lead becomes part of my people farm, and I'm following up as we're instructed on the Monday calls in Fearless Agent to be able to do that. So really, really awesome script, guys. The key is I'm calling to see if you might be thinking of selling your house, or I'm calling to see if you might be thinking of buying a house. That's one way, but a next step that I found really great is my records indicate you might be thinking of selling your house. Is that true? So it's just a little bit of a twist from the for sale by owner script, where my records indicate you're thinking of buying a house. Hopefully that helps you out, guys. Put comments or questions in the comments below. I'll come back and answer them later. Also, we appreciate you guys that are part of the Fearless Agent Nation. If you haven't already, join the Monday calls or join the coaching and training program. What are you doing? Get signed up. Go to fearlessagent.com and make sure that you join immediately so you don't miss out in the shifting market that we're going through now and over the next 12 to 18 months, whether you're in Canada or United States. We are definitely in a low inventory market, so it's the guy that can control the sellers, that can control the listings, the guy that can get more listing contracts will make a lot of money going forward and gain a lot of market share as we start to shift. The challenge is if you're working too many buyers right now is there's not enough properties for all the buyers. Therefore, you become in a competition mode against 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 10 offers per property. Remember, would you rather be the agent that helps your seller decide from 10 offers, or would you rather be the agent that is one of the 10 offers? Obviously, you'd want to be the guy that's in control there, which means you've got to step up and you've got to do more prospecting than ever before to make sure that you're getting sellers to sign your contracts. I know the tendency is going to be, because there are fewer sellers now, that you're going to naturally drift to get buyers because there's more buyers. The challenge is when you go that direction, you sign a buyer agency, you're going to go and look for homes and look for homes and look for homes and compete for offers and compete for offers. That takes a lot of time and energy. So imagine if you took that same time and energy and found more sellers. How many more dollars would you earn, and how much easier would your job be if you were to do that. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to click the link above. We'll see you later. The second thing that I've observed that these people do is they have a healthy and alkaline-based diet, right? So it's a plant-based diet that they're ingesting, cleansing their system,